it's coming to my attention now more than ever that a lot of people are forgetting one face of this entire failure that has been the last year and 4 games so far of Eagles football. With all this talent, with everything that this team can do, there's one man that, honest to God, almost stands above all of them else outside of maybe Nick Sirianni. But he's a guy that he went out and got to appease the owner, to ensure that his vision was going to bring us back to what were able to do in 2017 and beyond. Kansas City Chiefs level stuff, right? New England Patriots level stuff, right? That man is Howie Roseman. People want to give him his flowers for, getting guys like Smitty and AJ, and, giving us the potential in what Jalen Hurts was when he was initially just brought on as a utility man, a backup to Carson Wentz. Everyone wants to give him the praise for building a team that in a snap of a finger after 2020 was back in the playoffs. A year later, made it to the Super Bowl, and a year later was 10-1. However, the issues that we have had over the last 2 seasons is far and beyond a problem that nobody could have seen. It truly has been remarkable, the decline in coaching, in discipline, in culture, in effort, execution, you name it, any facet of the game, this team all around, from start to finish, offense, defense, special teams, and break it down even further, quarterback, offensive line, defensive line, corners, everybody has taken a tremendous dip in all of those categories, all around the board. And it's led to this team being, 2-9 in the last 11 games? Something like that. And people are quick to just point the finger at the quarterback and point the finger even at the head coach. Who's been side by side with the head coach making these decisions with, replacing Brian Johnson and Matt Patricia / Sean Desai? Who's been the one who passed over Justin Jefferson for Jalen Reagor in 2021? Who's been that guy who has missed on so many opportunities and has not fully capitalized and brought this team in the necessary pieces it needs? A pass rusher, a star linebacker, a solid secondary. We might have it now, but it wasn't because of him. We have scouts that are doing that job for him. It was not just Howie Roseman. Trust me. It was not him that managed to get Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, Jordan Davis, and Jalen Carter, the talents that they could potentially be. No way. No way it was just Howie Roseman. We give him all the credit in the world for what? He's the one that went out of his way to help with getting the replacements at offensive and defensive coordinator. He was the one who signed off on this plan to keep Nick Sirianni and not make any huge changes that could benefit this team. Because right now, Kellen Moore is running a disguised version of Nick Sirianni's offense, just with a little bit more play action here and there, and a lot more motion, which isn't much at all of a difference. We're still running vertical routes when we should be throwing the ball in the middle of the field, especially against teams like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have that weakness. Seth Joyner came out on Twitter and talked about it. Why are we running 4 verts all the time? Why we weren't running these 15-plus yard long routes that take a minute to develop when you're down your best offensive lineman and you're not utilizing your running back properly? Who knows? Who brought the guy here? Who brought Kellen Moore here to run a Nick Sirianni offense? Howie Roseman. This is all Howie Roseman. This is all him. This is all Nick Sirianni. This is all Jeffrey Lurie in a sense. I don't know how, as the owner, who's very involved with his team on and off the field, doing a lot more than you would think, who loves this team, who wants it to be successful, I don't know how he can continue to sit back and watch as this general manager, his best friend, this good pal of his for 2 decades, and this bum of a head coach take the talent that this team has for the last almost full season's worth now, as we near week 5 of 2024. Watch the last year of football and say, this is the product that we want. So I'm proposing another area of blame to be thrown over at the ownership and at the general manager and at the front office positions, because Howie Roseman has been failing this team in more ways than you think, and Jeffrey Lurie has been letting it slide for whatever reason. And that is a real problem and a damn shame. And on that note, go Phillies. Beat the Mets, baby.